Hi everyone, it's me Ace here yet again, but this time I'm here with some unfinished business. So this is my review on Bioshock 2. Now, with the reception I got from reviewing the first Bioshock game, some of you may wonder, if you don't like it, well why review the sequel? Well, here's why. It's because I kind of don't give a fuck. Also, I just want people to understand why I don't like these games. Now that said, let's move on with the review. Alright, so this time we are back in Rapture, once again, only this time 8 years after the events of the first Bioshock game. I wish they would have waited 8 years before making this one. Here we play as Subject Delta, otherwise known as Johnny Topside. An interesting name, but a name nonetheless. A lot better than Jack, so already there is improvement here. So it's New Year's Eve, 1958. Subject Delta is patrolling Rapture with Eleanor, who is his little sister. Sophia Lamb separates the pair and makes Delta kill himself. Delta awakens in 1968, resurrected by little sisters under the control of Eleanor. This is where we learn he will die unless he finds Eleanor due to their bond. Now, this is a what the fuck moment in any game story I've ever seen. You're telling me that the character dies, gets resurrected 10 years later, only to find out that unless he finds Eleanor, he'll die again. At that point, I'd request to be put in front of a firing squad immediately. Imagine bringing someone back to life only to tell them that they have to do this thing or they'll die again. Apparently the dead have taken a dirt nap that lasted too long. As we travel through Rapture, once was painful enough and now we have to do it again, we meet Augustus Sinclair. With his and Eleanor's help, we slowly lumber along to Eleanor and Sophia Lamb's stronghold. While we are travelling through the city, we encounter members of Lamb's Rapture family, and their fate is in our hands. Now we learn that Sophia Lamb plans to use Adam to transfer the minds and memories of everyone in Rapture into Eleanor to create a selfless leader. Once we arrive where Eleanor is held, we are captured, and the bond that we have with Eleanor is severed by temporarily stopping Eleanor's heart. While Eleanor survives, I think this theme of people dying and surviving is fucking dumb. Delta begins to slowly die, again, as the bond cannot be brought back. Now Eleanor transforms herself into a big sister to free Subject Delta from confinement. Together they head for an escape pod to leave Rapture, and here we find that Lamb has converted Sinclair into another Big Daddy and we are forced to kill him. Eleanor and Subject Delta make it to the escape pod, but Delta is mortally wounded by a bomb. The game has two endings and surprisingly they weren't half-arsed. I watched the other ending on YouTube to see what it was. I actually preferred this Bioshock story over the first, as I found the perspective of the little sister and Big Daddy interesting. Just the fact that we learn what they do and how they are in unison with one another makes the story more enjoyable, and it shows they somewhat cared about the storyline here. Overall, I say the story in this is better than the original Bioshock, but it's still nowhere near what it should be. I rate the story a 3 out of 10. With the gameplay, it's a fucking disaster zone. Again, there is hardly anything new here and it's like the dev team just copy and pasted the same fucking shit. Minor differences are made, but this is only due to the fact that we play as a Big Daddy throughout the game. Aside from these changes, there is nothing different. What the fuck happened? Did the programmers pass out or die of boredom? I want to know what dick-brained idiot thought this gameplay deserved to be greenlit. Same generic enemies, same way to kill them, same upgrade mechanics, you get the idea. The only real notable changes are the big sisters, the way you research enemies and the wave defending, which is new, and this game takes wave defending, which is a simple concept, and turns it into absolute bullshit. The big sisters are challenging and really annoying to fight, which is great fun as it adds to the gameplay. Having one new type of enemy is a colossal step in a new direction for this game, but sadly they decided to only take one step and then go back to Bioshock 1 standards. The camera is now replaced with a film camera, so here you take short footage of enemies and damage them in different ways to research them. The camera idea was fine, but this is a pointless and prolonging a basic task just to make it feel like you're doing more than you initially thought. Lastly, the wave defending. Here we protect our little sister while she harvests Adam from corpses. A good idea, but this game makes a complete pile of dog shit out of it. Now, I like wave defending games a lot, things like Bloons Tower Defense and Classics Plant. Now, I like wave defending games a lot, things like Bloons Tower Defense and classic Plants v Zombies, but this is just straight up bollocks. I don't have anything else to mention here, as this game is practically identical in terms of gameplay to the original. Gameplay rating, still a 1 out of 10. This game does have a multiplayer feature, but I have got no fucking clue what it is, and I'm not looking into more details on this game than I already have to. Price wise, I'd say this game is maybe worth about 10 pence, so if you see it in a bargain bin for that, it might be worth it, but that's just me being overly generous at this point. Thanks for watching this video, and have a great day.